Turn to M3 and Karen B for this week's episode of Comply on the Fly. You'll get quick and timely answers to the most common compliance questions so you and your business can keep moving ahead. Please note this podcast and the contents herein do not constitute legal advice. Please seek the advice of counsel for any benefit compliance related implementation guidance or strategy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen B. And the Comply on the Fly question of the week is, can a dependent of an employee open their own HSA or health savings account? First, remember that HSAs are essentially individual bank accounts. So only individuals may open an HSA account. They're not joint accounts. Secondly, it is important to determine if the individual is eligible to contribute to an HSA. In order to contribute to an HSA, the individual must be covered under a qualified high deductible health plan, or HDHP, and have no other impermissible coverage. And remember that impermissible coverage can include a general purpose FSA or flex account or HRA, health reimbursement account, held by a parent. Next, assuming that the dependent meets the requirements of coverage and doesn't have any impermissible coverage, we would need to determine whether or not the dependent is considered a tax dependent on another individual's tax return. What qualifies someone as a tax dependent for this purpose, you might ask? Generally, an individual may be treated as a dependent for federal income tax purposes if the individual is the taxpayer's child under 19 at the end of the tax year, or the taxpayer's child, a student, and under 24 at the end of the tax year, or a member of the taxpayer's household and the taxpayer provided over half of the support and the individual's gross income does not exceed the personal exemption for any given tax year. An individual that does not meet this definition would be eligible to establish and contribute to their own HSA account, as long as the other coverage conditions are met. And that is your Comply on the Fly question of the week. Thanks for tuning in.
What's on your mind? If you have a pressing compliance question, send it to askkarenb@m3ins.com. We'll do our best to cover it in an upcoming episode. You can now follow and subscribe to Comply on the Fly on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. Make sure to tune in next week and encourage others to join us.